In today's video, we're going to continue with the chopper build by raking the front end of my bike. So I've had this fork laying around with the idea that what I was going to do is cut the end of it off, then cut the end off of the original fork much higher so that, I could extend the legs. The problem I'm having is that this fork here is a slightly higher gauge, or like slightly higher diameter metal, so it's not going to exactly meet up. I think it could be pretty close, but I don't know. I was kind of hoping that at one point I could make this whole thing look pretty cool, so with a nice paint job and everything. So I'm trying to keep all my joints as nice as I can. So I think what I'm going to do is I got this other junk bike and these stanchions, if that's what you want to call them, on a fork that's that cheap, are exactly the same diameter that I need. So I'm going to see if I can access those and see if they'll be long enough, and then I'll go ahead and weld them into that fork. So I got the stanchion pulled out and went ahead and cut the bottom of the fork out. So I've got it fixtured here so that it's pretty straight, and I go ahead and weld the whole thing back together. So I've got the bottoms welded on here. I'm going to go ahead and weld the rest of the fork on and see how this looks. So I'm fixtured up here using a piece of angle iron and some regular C-clamps, and then the wheel, just to make sure that my dropouts stay parallel. So there we go. Those are my chopper forks, and mounted on a wheel. So I got these forks welded together, threw a coat of white paint on it just to keep it from rusting. So looks like they came out pretty good. So that's the goal. That'll be the new wheel and its position. Roughly speaking, I mean that head tube's probably got to be a little bit more upright just to make it work, but either way, that's about what we're looking for. So I had this head tube that came off the bicycle where some of this fork stuff came off of, and went ahead and put that on there. And then on this bike, I have this marked. So the idea is I'm going to cut the front of this off, and then fit this new fork to the bicycle at the correct angle, and then whatever kind of plates I need here to to bridge the caps, then I'll just make afterwards. So this head tube is a little bit longer, so I'm going to have to cut the bottom portion off and the top portion off, but I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. So once again, I find myself in the position of having my bike in a situation where if this idea doesn't work, I guess I've got nothing. So anyway, it's not a super expensive bike, but it is one that I like quite a bit. So I hope I get it figured out. I'm pretty confident, but still hoping. So I'm still trying to work out the details of how to get this fixtured up so I can get a couple tacks on there. But I think that's going to be way cool, if I do say so myself. Well, it may not look like much, but I think I've got it pretty well fixtured. The thing is, I want to make sure that as the plane of the bike, front to back, that the front fork is in that plane. I don't want the bottom kicked out one way or the other. And I think that I'm achieving that with the way that I've got it clamped together here. So all I need is just a couple tacks, and then I can take the front fork off, and then weld the assembly complete. So I've cut this little piece of cardboard out here, as a template for the steel that I'd like to weld into this gap that I just formed. So, and I think that's about what I'm after right there. So go ahead and get that cut out, and then weld the piece of steel in. Just realized they haven't taken the clip for a second, but I got my side plates welded back on and went ahead and threw a coat of paint on it, and now I'm pressing my bearing cups. I've got it all back together and it looks really cool, I think. That wheel's from a totally different bike. It was a road bike that my neighbor gave me the wheels, and that's the front wheel. Thanks for watching my video. Please leave your comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Have a great day.